So Stacy Lee was asking if we can get our past life memories back from the astral projection or out-of-body experiences, or do we have just the knowledge from the current lifetime? Now, the subject is pretty vast, and there are lots of ways to deal with it. But yes, you can get your past life memories from getting out of body or just doing astral projection. And like there are lots of ways. So I'm just gonna cover a few. And if you're interested in the subject, just leave a comment, let me know, because we can totally just brighten it up and talk about it a lot. So yeah, there are like lots of ways, and the most important part is for you to be creative. Just explore, create, have an idea, do that, try it out. It's just like being a mad scientist. You have to find out one way or another if it's gonna work or not. When people pass away, I believe that they will have the memories of their current lifetime and whatever they've learned. But even if you have the out-of-body experience and you just want to learn it, like there are like lots of ways. Now, one of them that I'm just right now thought of is, okay, if I'm out of body, how am I gonna get my past experiences back? And what I would do personally is just focus on my possible body out there. One of my possible past lives. Just okay, you get an idea, you get an like intention or a feeling, and you can like simply locate it. Like, okay, how do I locate it? I don't see anything around myself. I'm out of body in my room. How do I locate my past life if I'm here? It's simple. Just think of, okay, in past life I've probably been a nun. There it is. You can teleport there. You have some thought or whatever you can think of. If you were a frog, if you were the sun, if you were a star, if you were an alien, anything you can think of, it is possible. So for you, the important part is to have a thought. Like, okay, track it. What were you in the past life? You get a feeling, you get an idea, you get a thought, and you can just go with that. And you can, okay, like maybe I was a Viking, maybe I was another planet like fisherman, or I was like a grunt in a like space army, whatever. So you have a focus, okay, this is what I was, possibly. And intention to teleport. Just intention of, okay, that's me there, possibly. And you have an intention to teleport, and there it is. You teleported, you are right there. You don't need to fly, you don't need to take like years to get somewhere, you need spaceship to travel. If you want to, yes, you can, but a simple thought enough. Simple thought and intention is enough for you to move through space and time anywhere, at any time, at any point. Move in the past, move in the future, and explore everything. There is, though, another thing with the timelines, because you can be on this timeline and, I don't know, like, dandelion, like there's a little like flower with like tons of little things on it, and if you blow it's gonna like go away in like tons of directions. So imagine that like the middle is your life, and every other little thing out there, like I don't know how to describe it in English, I'm sorry, but basically right now like you are here, and every possible location from my hand to any other place is possible timelines. And it's the past, present, and future, and every decision I can make right now, every single word I can say right now will change the timeline I'm on. I could have said another thing right there. I could have said this, I could have said that, and that, and that, and that. Tons of things I could have said, but I chose to say this. And I'm moving on this timeline instead of all of those. And all of those are happening at the same time. And this whole thing will be another video if we want to go broad into that, but just concentrate. I'm out of body. I focus on a possible lifetime I probably had. Like for me, I know my past lives. I get a feeling, I get ideas, I get images. So for me, it's easy to just focus on that one, move there, and shift my consciousness into the body. For others, I would imagine like, okay, what if they don't know? What if you don't know anything about your past lives, but you want to find out? So you're out of body, and with lots of ways. One is you can simply think of who were you. Just ask yourself a question, and who was I in my past life? What did I do in my past life? And the first thing that pops in your head, just go with that. Because when you're out of body, your case is not there anymore. Whatever happened here on Earth, every single problem you have, all of those feelings, your values, and everything else that you have will not be a thing when you get out of body. Because out there, you are clear of your case. No thoughts, no emotions that are negative, no worries, no complaints, no anything that's stirring you up, no, like anything that happened with your family right now or whatever, where you have problems. When you go out of body, you will be aware of that. You can have the memory of it, but it's not gonna affect you. And that's the good, like that's just a freedom. You don't have any clinginess or affection or emotions regarding that. So you have like, okay, that's what happened. Cool. So now you have a clear mind. You are like No thoughts there. It's clear as can be. It's just you. No entities, no nothing. You're free. And that's the best thing about getting out of body. So you ask yourself a question, who was I in my past life? And the first thing that pops up, go with that. Because usually our very first thought is ours, and it's usually the right one. So when you ask yourself that question and you have some kind of answer, whatever it might be, just go with that and focus on it and try to move your attention, your focus on it, and put in the intention to go there, to remember, to recall. And so you have a thought like, okay, maybe I was this warrior in a spaceship. Just focus on that, put your intention to teleport there, travel and see what happened, or just like put your consciousness into that body. And as you put your consciousness into that body, amazing thing about out-of-body experiences is once your consciousness is in another body, you recall everything. All of the experience of that body comes back. Like I can be here and I move my consciousness to one of my bodies out there that's been in space or some other planet for like 50 years, and everything that body experienced in 50 years, I will get back. I will know everything. And it's not like I'm gonna go crazy because, oh my god, I have so many experiences, what do I do? I don't know, like there's all these relationships in that body, all these relationships in this body, oh my god, it's all over the place. Like, don't worry. It's not crazy, and when you're out of body, like it's really clear in your head. You don't have any problems, anything that like holds you back. So you're very clear, and it's just amazing. Like, I want everyone to experience this sort of feeling because I love it myself, which is why I'm so excited about it. But anyway, so you get your consciousness into the body that you were in the past, or you are right now, and the thing is, you probably have millions and thousands of bodies in the multiverse, in all kinds of realms in the past, and like you can move 70,000 years from now, or like 50,000 years from now, or like several trillion years from now. Just go in the past, locate a body that you've probably had. It doesn't have to be a physical body. You can be an energy, an essence, just a point of view. But you can move into that and just recall everything you experienced, everything you've seen, everything you've heard, everything you know. So you get all of your knowledge back. Which is why I think like if some people were doing it with the intention like, okay, I'm gonna recall like I want to have a body of an engineer, and you can like focus on that, like just turn your areas like reticular activating system, turn your filter on, and now you're gonna locate a part where you are an engineer wherever you were. You can be like, doesn't have to be Earth, it can be anywhere, but you can be also on Earth. Like I don't know, like some people reincarnate on Earth quite a few times, so you can locate your body here, anywhere you want really. So you locate yourself as an engineer, you get your memories back, you know how you created spaceships or how you created some like technology that Earth doesn't have yet, you move back and you use your knowledge to create it again over here. And that can happen. That's pretty amazing because like I think Nikola Tesla, I usually mention him in my videos. There's also like, I think like Medvedev, or I don't know how to say it in English, but Medvedev was, how I would say it in my native language. He created this chemistry table, like all the elements and stuff. But the thing about it, he didn't named everything, but all the details, every single part of it, like, you know, I don't know, atoms or energy and like all the stuff in it, like we have the elements with no names, but with all the little details about them. Like he knew it. He probably traveled out of body or like recalled one of his past lives. Maybe he met other beings that had knowledge, so he came over and he had the knowledge about all the details of those elements, but not the names. So he described it in the the chemical table of like, you know, or the element table. Like I don't know how to call it in English. I'm sorry, I haven't like looked up. But anyway, so you can literally have the knowledge of everything or like a lot of things, and you can bring it back and use it here. Well, then why are you not doing it? My priorities are different. I have different priorities. But you can literally recall your past life experiences out there just by shifting your consciousness into that body and recalling the experience. And it's not overwhelming because you are very, very clear. And you can choose what you want to take. You don't have to have all of your relationships or everything you experience right here. You can simply, oh, okay, this is what I've experienced, so now you know. And whenever you go out to your physical experience on this earth, you simply choose what kind of knowledge you want to bring back. Because if you think that you're going to be overwhelmed or something, you can leave it in your subconscious mind. So you're always going to have it and you can tap into it, but you can have something present, something like technology or some beings or some knowledge, some lessons that you've learned in that world, in that life, and you can bring it back and have currently. And it's up to people how they want to use that past life experience, because you can like literally recall everything, every single detail, but you don't need to have everything. If you think that it's gonna overwhelm you, you can simply choose what you want to have when you come back. So everything you experience in the 50 years of that body or more, like you can live for like thousands of years or millions or billions of years if you are a planet or something else, like all kinds of beings, all kinds of pages and stuff. So now that you recall your experience and you're like, okay, I'm choosing to have this and this, so you're specific on what you want to have when you come back. And when you come back, you wake up and there it is, the knowledge is there. Now it doesn't necessarily mean that it's gonna overwhelm you, but you can always access it. Like now that information is available on your end. So that would be one way, just like sort of asking yourself a question, focusing on it, shifting your consciousness to it when you're out of body, and getting memory back, and then choosing what you want to have. Because like I think a lot of people might have a fear or that like worry, concern that everything they're gonna learn from there, everything they're gonna recall, it might overwhelm them. But hey, I might be just assuming things. Maybe all of you want to have like, hey, I want to remember everything, and you can just bring it back, everything you want. So just to be clear, when you recall the experience, you will remember everything, every single detail, and you can bring back everything, but you don't need to have it present at every time. You don't need to have to think about your relationships or things you did or things you didn't do in there, but you can have present things right now. So the memory will always be with you. You can always tap into it, but you can just choose something that's going to be present with you at all times. So there's that. Now, another thing that you can do when you're out of body is open up your Akashic records. And it's pretty amazing because like, you can literally go out of body and have an intention to look at your Akashic records. And there it is, a scroll. You can like see whatever you did in the past, like all of the things you fought, experienced, felt, like everything here on this timeline and all the other timelines, the past, present, and future. Like you just go all over the place, and you can literally just like click on it or whatever, expand it. Like it can be like a movie scroll. So now like there are like tons of frames, billions, trillions of frames, and every frame is your life, just one lifetime. So you click on that, and there's gonna be like lots of little fragments, like a movie, like every single frame of your, you know, the moment you're born here on Earth, the moment you're dying. You can look at the future probably, but knowing the timelines and stuff, you can always change it by simply having a single thought. Because right now I might choose to talk about my mouse, and I just changed my timeline, and everything else doesn't fall apart. Everything else is happening in all these timelines and all these possibilities at the same time. And whenever I choose, I'm just tapping into it. But there's like my own personal timeline that's gonna incline with yours. And it's also your own personal timelines, and like it's all over the place. It's hard to like explain, and that would be like a whole different video. So anyway, just going back there. So I have this frame of your life and everything you experienced. The moment you were born, all of the things you fought, all of the things you've seen, and how it was affecting you, everything. If you want, like you can just like look through it and recall it, like watch a movie or. And that movie watching, you know, it might have been like millions of years, but for you it's a few seconds to watch it and experience it and have the knowledge of what happened. You can also choose specific fragments and just like, you know, expand certain like incidents or situations and just look deeper into that, because it's one of the best ways to find any traumatic incidents that happened in the past that is still affecting you in the present time. So there's that, you know, like there's, you know, moving your consciousness, looking at your Akashic records. There's probably like lots of other ways. I'm just like thinking of some right now, but these are just a few. So, you know, there are no limits when you're out of body. You can literally look and like move your consciousness into another being and like recall their things. Not recommended though, because I mean like you can do it, but probably better to ask them and stuff, because what you do there, what you do in out of body experience, or when you're astral projecting, don't think that it's just a game and your actions will never have any consequences. Because just as a note to people, I think it would be a whole different video on this subject. But all the having fun, all the killing and stuff, it does have the consequences at some point. It doesn't mean that the karma and stuff. No, it means that other beings, just like you, are awake and conscious, and they're trying to live their life, and they're having fun. But there's some asshole comes into their planet, kills everyone for fun, and they are like mad. They had a civilization, they have friends there, and some asshole got out of body, had fun killing someone or scaring someone, and they're pissed. They don't want you to be there because, you know, hey, stop having fun at our place. We're living, you know. So everyone there is conscious. Well, okay, there are NPCs, there are other beings, there's AI and stuff, but there are beings that are thinking, there are beings that are alive, just like you. Maybe some group of people right here on Earth will literally, like, okay, 50 people gathers up in a group, and they're all practicing getting out of body and creating their own realm. And they create realm with like class of beings and everything else. And you, like, let's say we have a person who gets out of body and accidentally bumps into this realm. And okay, for that person, it's just fun. Okay, like, I'm just gonna be a Rambo and get my machine gun and destroy everyone, because that would be fun, because I can't do it in the physical life and I can't do it when I'm out of body, and it's gonna be fun. And you kill everyone, you slay everyone, you're having fun and whatever you have fun with, or raping people or having sex with everyone. But hey, you just raped someone who was, practicing getting out of body in the group, and you violated their space, and all of a sudden you are the biggest bad guy, and they're gonna target you. Like, if you harm their space, if you mess with them a lot, they don't like that, and they can mess with you. So that being like that, keeping that in mind, when you're out of body, please keep in mind that there might be other beings who gather up in groups, who create their own planets, create their own realms, and they're living, and some asshole decides to have fun and fucks it up, So yeah, it's something to keep in mind, because like, I've literally had emails from people who, the group of people that will gather in like in one place and practice getting out of body, creating their own realm, creating their own like beings out there, and they're living right there. They get out of body and they spend like 8 hours in the physical world sleeping and practicing getting out of body. But for them, it's years and years and years in that realm. And some idiot goes and has fun doing whatever, like, having sex with someone they see, or like killing someone, or just destroying the planet, or creating something else. But at the same time, the being doesn't know that there's a group of people who are actually here from Earth or some other place who are creating this realm. So this one messes it all up and thinks it's fun. Oh, it's just a newbie, nothing's gonna happen, it's just me having fun. Not necessarily. Now they know about you and they don't like what you did. They're pissed off. So there are ways you can just defend yourself and like all this stuff, but I'm just like, awareness, okay? Please be aware of your actions. I just wanted to bring this message up because like it's a big subject, and I can expand and like talk a lot about it, but I just felt like it's something I wanted to share. So yeah, that's my video. If some of you are practicing getting out of body or doing astral projections and you're very successful with it, or just successful, or maybe you've tried it a few times, I would like to know what are some of your ways of remembering past lives, if you ever did that. What did you do? What did you experience? How did you recall your past life? Because there are like lots of ways. The few that I mentioned is just a few ways, but there are like tons of ways. Anything you can think of, you can probably manifest and just get it back. So keeping that in mind, I want other people who probably try this sort of thing to share their experiences, so that others who are watching this video would be able to listen to me and read the comments with these experiences and learn way more. So that being said, I hope that this video is like sharing some value, or like you're getting some value out of it. And yeah, share your comments. Maybe, hey, this is just my thoughts, my experience. I might be completely wrong about everything. So, you choose whatever you like or want to believe in, and this is me believing in my own thing. So that being said, I hope you have a great day, and thank you for watching. Really appreciate it. See you next video then. Bye.